Saurabh, please tell us something about you.
Sir, my name is Saurav Kumar Kanojia. I was born in Uttarakhand, brought up in Delhi. I did bachelor's in commerce and master's in history. My graduation was completed in 2018, and for the next 2 years, I was coaching at an institute. And on 2020, I left the job and started preparation for UGC NET, CAPF, and CSE.
Okay. What is your father doing?
So my father is a daily wage laborer.
Okay. And your mother is a housewife?
Yes, sir.
Here, your mother is a housewife, but you have shown her earning as 72,000.
Sir, she does sewing, embroidery kind of work. So,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Then she is self-employed, not a housewife come self-employment.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This is your first attempt
Yes, sir. In
for
CAPF, it is my
Yes, for
first attempt.
CAPF.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, for the civil services, you appeared thrice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You qualified pre or you just...
Sir, I could not qualify CSAT exam.
Right. What about your brothers and sisters?
Sir, I have two sisters, and they both are younger than me. And one of them is HR, and the other is the bank employee.
Okay. So for the choices in in the paramilitary forces, armed police, you have given CISF as your first choice.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So when I was filling the form, I got to know that the opportunities and the work-life balance in the CISF is better than in the other job. I consulted with a deputy commandant, and also my friend consulted with a personnel in CAPF. So they said that CISF provides better scope of promotion. So that is, and also the work-life balance. So that is why, sir, I chose CISF, but I'm comfortable in all the forces. It's just a matter of preference.
Can you explain work-life balance?
So we can be in position where we can balance the house, our family life, and our work life.
So you mean to say that the personnel or officers who are working at the CAPFs, there is no work-life balance?
No, sir. I did not mean that, sir. Just in CISF, there is better scope of the balance between the personal life and the professional life. Although I'm comfortable in all the forces, sir.
No, I agree with what you say.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm just questioning that. What do you mean by it? So here, as I can see that strangely, after SSB, ITBP is your third choice. BSF and CRPF are the fourth and fifth. CRPF being the largest CAPF in the country, that is your fifth choice. What happens if you get CRPF?
Sir, I have no problem. I will. It will be a pride for me to join the force.
Because CRPF is one force which has a pan-India presence. You'll find it everywhere.
Yes, sir. So I have no problem to join. It's just a matter of preference, and I had to fill someone at the bottom and someone at the first. So I chose CRPF at the last.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what do you know about CISF?
So CISF, the mandate of CISF is to protect the critical infrastructure, mainly the PSUs, the metros, the atomic centers, the ISRO Space Center. It also provides consultancy to the private security firms.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in case you get selected,
Yes, sir.
which we all hope that you should get?
Yes, sir.
Where do you see yourself after 25 years?
So I see myself growing in the respective force which I get. I work diligently to get on the higher post, to work for the nation, to work for the betterment of people. So that is my
So after 25 years, after getting promotions,
yes, sir.
which rank you should be?
So after 25 years, I want to be in the position of IG or DIG.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
DIG would be more better.
Yes, sir. Whatever I get.
Okay, Saurabh,
Yes, sir.
you have been born and brought up in Delhi.
Yes, sir. I was born in Uttarakhand, brought up in Delhi.
Born in Uttarakhand, where?
Sir, Udham Singh Nagar district, Shakti Farm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, why were you born there?
Sir, my family, sir, roots of my family are from the Uttarakhand. My mother's house and my father's house are in the Uttarakhand.
Okay.
Yes,
You
sir.
are basically from Uttarakhand,
Yes, sir.
Udham Singh Nagar. All right. Okay, so you have been living in Delhi for how much long?
So we came in Delhi in 2002, and it's around 21 years.
All right. So your complete schooling has been done in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
All right. Great. So, you have given civil services prelims from 2020, and you have also appeared for UGC LET. But you have only once appeared for the CAPF. This is the first time that you are appearing. What kept you holding for so long?
So I was not very much aware of the other exams conducted by UPSC. I was fully focused on CSE. But when in the last attempt, when I could not clear the preliminary stage, so I thought about considering the other options. I searched about the other jobs that have equal perks and privileges, and also the sense of satisfaction. So I found that these forces like the CAPF are very good. So I started preparation for it.
Okay. So, any other exams that are conducted by UPSC?
So combined medical services, CAPF, so CDS, the combined defense staff, NDA exam, National Defense Academy. So these are, and along with CSE, Indian Forest Service also, sir.
Okay. So, you have not appeared for CDS exam.
No, sir.
Why so?
So when I, so it was also due to the misconception that I had during that time. I thought that the syllabus of CDS is very much different, and also I was fully minded on my CSE, so I did not thought of giving it.
Okay, so here it appears that you have failed to achieve much in the civil services examination. That is why you are appearing for the Central Armed Police Force examination. Is that true?
So I wanted to be a civil servant first, but when I could not, and also I gave myself the time, the stipulated time of around 4 years or 3 years. When that time exhausted, I thought about giving the other exam, and I will be fully proud if I get any of the. So even in the CAPF we get the Group A service.
So why do you want to join CAPF?
So because the CAPF gives you an opportunity to serve the nation.
But the same opportunity is given by the CDS exam also, by joining the Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force also. Those are also uniform services. Alright. So, why only CAPF? My only question is, why only CAPF? You have not applied for the other examinations.
Sir,
After graduation, you have FCAT examination that is conducted by CLAC. You have CDS examination. Alright. So, you have not appeared for them. If you have charm for uniform, why you have not appeared there? Why only CAPF?
Sir, as I already told that I was fully minded on my CSE, and also I was unaware of the syllabus and the pattern of the CDS and the NDA and
If
other
you are
kinds of
preparing
exams.
for civil services, it cannot be that you are not aware, because civil services require a kind of person who has to have a very good intelligence quotient, and I do not find it satisfactory what the answer you are giving to me right now. It is not quite satisfactory to me that you are not aware. You have been, you are educated person. If a person like you who is preparing for the civil services, he won't be available about the opportunities that are available to him, then how could you guide the other future generations that you would be commanding. Will be commanding a complete company, a complete platoon that you will be commanding. How you will guide your juniors if you are not aware about yourself? What are opportunities are there for you?
Sir, it was due to my fault that I was unaware of the forces, and if I knew, so my age is exhausted now. So if I got the opportunity to attempt,
Okay, you have written only Hindi. You read, write, speak Hindi, but you can speak English as well.
sir, it was mistaken when I was filling the form.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have had first prize in zonal level science exhibition.
Yes, sir.
What was the model about?
So it was about the greenhouse gas impact.
Greenhouse gas impact.
Yes, sir.
So it was a working model or it was a
So it was a working model.
working model. So how you created the greenhouse gases?
Sir, it was a closed model. We covered it with the plastic, and we showed the sun rays through the LED lights, and when then LED lights pour on the earth, we showed that the greenhouse gases emerge from it, and it gets comprised in the earth.
Okay, what are all the greenhouse gases which are there?
So the first and foremost is the carbon dioxide. The other one is the methane. There are also sulfur dioxides and
Sulfur dioxide is a greenhouse gas?
sorry, sir. Sir,
Nitrous oxide.
So sorry, I'm not able to recall right
Okay,
now.
is water vapor a greenhouse gas?
Yes, sir.
But it is a water vapor.
Sir, it has capability to trap the heat.
Okay. All right. You have also had prize in Hindi debate competition.
Yes, sir.
So what was the topic of debate?
So it was again the environment, the climate change in environment.
Okay, so tell me any 5 global conventions which are related to environment.
Global convention. Sir, first is the UNCCD. That is the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. The second is the UNCBD, United Nations Convention on Biodiversity, and the other one is the UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And there are other conventions also, like so sorry, I'm not able to recall.
Okay, all right. So suppose, Saurabh, what happens is that you get through and you get appointed as assistant commandant, but you do not get CISF. All right, the post has been already filled, and you get CRPF. Right, you get posted to CRPF. And
Yes, sir.
just earlier you said that whatever the force you will get, you are okay with that. All right.
Yes, sir.
So now you get through the CRPF, you become assistant commandant,
Yes.
and you are newly posted to Manipur.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have been posted over there. Now there is an issue that is going on in Manipur.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I'd like to know about that issue. What issue is over there? Second of all, there is a situation that I'll come to later on. Okay. So first, tell me what is the issue that is going on right now in Manipur?
So there are 2 communities in Manipur. The majority community that lives in the valley, it is the Meitei community, and the other one is the hill dwellers that are the Kuki and the Naga community. So they both are fighting with each other because there are multiple layers of problem. First is the reservation demand that is being done by the Meitei community. They want the ST status, and the Kuki community is not happy with their demand. They think that if their demand is fulfilled, so their opportunity, because they are already the STs, the Kukis are already STs, and they do not want to share the benefits with the Meitei community because they think that the Meitei community is already prosper. And sir, also the Kukis have different problems, like their lands are being encroached by the government, and the government is basically run by and the government which is this state legislative assembly. The 40 seats in the government out of the 60 seats are in the hands of the Meitei community.
Okay. So the situation over here was that you are in between, all right, with your troops. You are patrolling the area, and from one end there is Meitei community people that are coming, and from the other end there is the Kukis and Nagas, they are coming.
Yes, sir.
And surely they will get into clashes. There would be a complete mob that would be there. What would be your response to control that?
So first I will deploy the forces and call the leaders. If there is mob, so there must be a leader of both the sides of mob. I will call those. I will try to request both the leaders to come to talk, to come
They
to
will
table.
not listen.
Yes.
They will not listen. They are coming towards each other so that they could fight. They could create a scene over there.
So if the situation is very much out of control, and I have tried everything to let them come to talk, but if all these scenarios fail, sir, first I will use the speakers, the loudspeakers, to pacify them, to tell them the repercussions if they do this, and if they do not if they do not come in control, so the second thing I will do is to use the tear gases. So that will be my
Okay.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, Saurav, you have been talking pretty much well about Manipur. I'll come to that later. But
Yes,
before that, I would like to test your current affairs. Have you read the newspaper today?
Yes, sir.
One very rare event happened in last 6 decades.
Sir, it is the Wagner Group approaching to Russia, Moscow.
No, I'm talking about something very geographical. Belonging to Delhi, I'm expecting you to know about it. You can take a guess. Have you heard of the early monsoon arrival at the equivalent time both in Delhi and Mumbai? This is once in last 6 decades we haven't seen such a scenario.
Sir, I'll go and read about it.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let's talk about monsoons.
Yes, sir.
What are monsoonal winds?
So what are monsoons? So monsoon is the arrival of monsoon is the arrival of the
Let's start with what kind of winds they are. Are they permanent winds, or what kind of winds do they classify as?
So the southwest monsoon that comes in that comes near Delhi.
Now my question is, are they permanent winds?
No, sir, they are seasonal winds.
Okay. Go ahead. How many types of monsoons are there? Monsoonal winds.
So sorry, I'm not aware about the types.
No, you mentioned one, southwest monsoon.
So southwest monsoon, and there is also the northeast.
Yeah, correct.
Northeast monsoon. Yeah.
Why are you being confused?
So,
So what is the difference between the southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon?
sir, the southwest monsoon comes along the western Ghats, and they enter North India through the Gujarat and the Maharashtra. But the northeast monsoon, so sorry, it is the southwest monsoon, if I am able to recollect right now correctly. So the southeast monsoon is the part of the northeast, the southwest monsoon, and when they enter the northeast region, they get the clouds get trapped in that region, and when they come out, so they shower the region of the northern Sarkars and the Coromandel coast.
Why do these winds only cover in this particular fashion that you were saying, from the southwestern direction to the northeast valley?
So
Why is
it
the
is-
movement of the winds in this direction only? Why can't it be some other direction?
So it is mainly because of the topography of our country.
Topography.
The physiology, the topography of our country.
Have you heard of the ITCZ?
Yes, sir.
Is it related to this particular phenomena? The intertropical convergence zone
Yes, sir.
plays a very major role, in fact,
Yes, sir.
in the direction, the seasonal reversal of the direction, in fact, of the monsoonal winds.
So the ITCZ is the intertropical convergence zone that in the June-July months they come closer to the Tropic of Cancer, and the low pressure zone is created, and that low pressure zone attracts the monsoonal winds.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about the northeast monsoon then?
Sir, as I already told that the southwest monsoon, a portion of the southwest monsoon goes in the northeast direction, and it gets trapped in the mountains of the local
Okay,
area.
so northeast monsoon is a part of the southwestern monsoon that you were saying.
Sir, sorry, I'm not able to recollect right now.
I would like you to read this again.
Yes,
Coming back to Manipur,
Yes,
you mentioned that it is more of a case regarding the reservation statuses between the Kuki and the Nagas and the Meitei communities. Meitei being the plain tribes and the Kukis and the Nagas hill tribes. I get to see also that Meitei's certain section has also got OBC and SC statuses. Some of the population majorly, which are plains. And in fact, there has been a case in the Manipur High Court wherein the judge has ruled that we should offer them the ST status. Now, what is your take on this proactiveness of the judiciary?
Sir, the proactiveness of the judiciary is good if it is under the rules of the constitution.
What are the rules of the constitution say about this?
So the constitution believes in the separation of power. It has granted the authority to all the three fractions of the government, and all should work according to their mandate.
So you're saying that judiciary is allowed to offer SC/ST statuses in India? Who's the sole authority to offer SC/ST status?
So National Council for Scheduled Tribes.
So it has to go through a parliamentary approval, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
It has to go through a parliamentary approval, both houses, and that has to be announced by the president, honorable president of India.
Yes.
So how come a high court come in between and offer a ST status?
So at most a high court can do under the rules of the constitution is to suggest the government to take the action, and if the government abides by the judgment of the high court, so it should consult with the National Council of Scheduled Tribes, and the National Council of Scheduled Tribes should
So did Manipur High Court do that? What has been the notion of Supreme Court on this case? Are you aware of the judgment that happened in 2001?
No, sir.
What is the Ministry of Home Affairs talking about it?
So
Doing about it?
So the Ministry of Home Affairs is told to bring the president rule, and there is also
President's rule?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
So because the
Because
situation
see,
is out of
if you see the entire dynamics of Manipur, the DGP of the state happens to be one of the member of the tribes.
yes,
He has been temporarily suspended from his role, and a joint command is being forced, including the CAPFs, the Indian Army, and the local police. I would like you to read further on this particular topic. It's a very burning issue,
Thank you, sir.
and I'll pass you on. Thank you.
Thank you. You may leave.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Saurabh.
Come back. Okay, Saurabh, while we were interacting, first of all, अभी ये बटन खोला ने पहले ही खोल देना था.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
ठीक है.
सब अभी याद आया.
बैठते
हाँ, जब बैठते हैं ना, उससे पहले you can tie this, ठीक है. But when you sit, open this, ठीक है. This is how you sit with the suit. इसके बाद फिर नेक्स्ट अगर मैं बात करूँ आपका, तो लाइक थोड़ा सा जब भी लगाओ तो एक बार शीशे में जरूर देखना, ये नीचे नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है. ये पूरा ऊपर तक, यहाँ देख रहे हो ना, ये नहीं दिख रहा होगा, ठीक है, इसके पीछे, तो ये पूरा ऊपर तक होना चाहिए. दिस शुड नॉट बी बिलो दिस, ठीक है. एंड वॉइस जो है ना, वो काफी ऐसा लग रहा था कि एनर्जी नहीं है ना. मतलब वैसे यू वर गिविंग द आंसर्स, बट वॉइस से ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो जो एक एनर्जी होनी चाहिए ना, जब व्हेन यू आर इंटरेक्टिंग, यू वांट टू जॉइन द फोर्सेस, ठीक है, आप एक फोर्स में जाना चाहते हो, और उस फोर्स में जाने के लिए मतलब यू नीड जोश, है ना. वो जोश नहीं दिखाई दे रहा.
Yes,
वो
sir.
जोश होना चाहिए whenever you are there, ठीक है. हैव स्माइल ऑन योर फेस समटाइम्स, ठीक है. थोड़ा सा एनर्जेटिक रहो, ठीक, ये चीज आपको करना है. और क्योंकि वॉइस जो है वो आपका लो है, तो ऐसा मेरे को लग रहा है कि आपका कॉन्फिडेंस भी नहीं आ रहा अंदर से. ऐसा आपको लगा कि यू फीलिंग अंडर कॉन्फिडेंस?
सर मैं जनरली धीरे ही बात करता हूँ, तो सर ये भी
धीरे, मतलब धीरे बात करते हो, ठीक है, लेकिन आपकी मतलब कम से कम इतनी आवाज होनी चाहिए कि there would be a considerable distance between the board and you. So at least your voice should reach us in a proper manner, ठीक है. इसी के साथ साथ बीच में I was feeling that you were shaking a bit. ऐसा पैरों से मेरे को लगा कि पैर कांप से रहे हैं.
नहीं सर, वो थोड़ी मेरे को आदत भी है पैर हिलाने की, तो
नहीं, तो वो नहीं करना है
सर. ट्राई करूंगा,
ठीक है.
Yes,
वो
sir.
बिल्कुल नहीं करना है,
यस सर.
ठीक है. एंड whenever you are sitting, थोड़ा सा आगे की तरफ नहीं, बिल्कुल सीधा ऐसे स्ट्रेट बैठना है, ठीक है. You have to be straight. हैंड्स जो है वो आपके जो है आर्म्स, जो पाम्स है वो नीज पर होने चाहिए, और आगे लेकर आओ, और हाँ, ठीक है, लाइक दिस. और ये जो है इसको ऐसे क्लोज होना चाहिए. नहीं, ये अंगूठा अंदर ही जाएगा, अंगूठा तो ऐसे ही रहेगा, ठीक है. मतलब ये इस तरीके से होना चाहिए, इनमें गैप नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है. एंड सिट लाइक दिस, और उसके बाद शोल्डर्स को रिलैक्स कर दो. हाँ, नाउ दिस इज द परफेक्ट पोस्चर, ठीक है. पैरों को थोड़ा सा आगे 90 डिग्रीज बनना चाहिए जो एंगल है, ठीक है, यस, और हल्का सा पैरों में गैप नीचे की तरफ, नीचे, हाँ थोड़ा सा बस, ठीक है, यू शुड सिट लाइक दिस व्हेनेवर यू आर सिटिंग फॉर द इंटरव्यू, ठीक है, ये चीज़ आपको ध्यान रखनी है। बाकी व्हेन आई आस्क्ड यू अ सिचुएशन कि आप मणिपुर में रहोगे, वहाँ पर आप क्या करोगे, ठीक है, इधर से भी आ रहे उधर से भी आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, यू ट्राई टू आंसर इट, लेकिन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल बी असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट, यू शुड रिपोर्ट एनी सच मैटर टू योर सुपीरियर्स, ठीक है, सबसे पहला स्टेप तो यही होगा,
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है, उसके बाद फिर देन डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सिचुएशन द ऑर्डर्स दैट यू गेट फ्रॉम योर सुपीरियर्स, उसके बाद अकॉर्डिंगली यू विल मैनेज द सिचुएशन, ठीक है, अदरवाइज यू विल नॉट टेक सच एक्शन बिकॉज इट इज अ राइट नाउ बर्निंग इशू, वहाँ पर कुछ भी हो सकता है, ज़्यादा बवाल भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, आपके किसी भी स्टेप से, तो अल्टीमेटली यू विल वेट फॉर द एक्शंस फॉर द ऑर्डर्स ऑफ द सुपीरियर्स, उसी के अकॉर्डिंग यू विल ट्राई एंड मैनेज द सिचुएशन, ठीक है,
जी
यू
सर।
विल ऑलवेज फॉलो द चेन ऑफ कमांड,
जी सर।
ठीक है, ये चीज़ आपको ध्यान रखनी है,
ओके सर।
ठीक है।
Saurabh, what do you think when I was asking the questions? Because I can see a lot of, fillers and pauses. Was I asking difficult questions, or what is
Sir,
your take on the questions?
The monsoon topic I read long ago, so I was not able to.
3 बार
recollect.
सिविल सर्विस दिया है।
Sir,
Monsoon is something. मैंने तो ऐसा नहीं पूछा कि
sir, the seasonal reversal of wind, the line did not come to my mind at the right time.
that is the fundamental phenomenon. आप ये बोल रहे हो नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून इज अ पार्ट ऑफ साउथ वेस्ट मानसून, इट्स टोटली द ऑपोजिट। बहुत ही बेसिक सवाल है। करंट अफेयर्स मणिपुर, यू शुड नो दैट जुडिशरी इज समथिंग वेरी डिफरेंट, ये लेजिस्लेशन का पार्ट होता है, ग्रांटिंग ऑफ एसटी स्टेटस, सीबीआई प्रोब हो रहा है उसमें।
तो सर जो मैंने इसमें रिस्पांस दिया था कि जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है उसको सिर्फ कंसल्ट करना चाहिए गवर्नमेंट को, और गवर्नमेंट शुड फॉर्म द रूल।
सुप्रीम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया वर्सेस मिलियन का केस हुआ है सुप्रीम कोर्ट 2000 में, जिसमें क्लियरली बोला गया है कि एसटी स्टेटस कैन बी ग्रांटेड ओनली बाय द पार्लियामेंट, announced by the president. Now, how can a high court come in and grant ST status to the Metis? And DGP of the state belongs to the Meti community.
यस सर।
So, current affairs फिर भी ठीक है, but static चीजें, how much did you score in paper 1?
सर 100।
100?
सर लास्ट टाइम आल्सो।
No, this time.
सर दिस टाइम सर 150।
150.
Yes, sir.
So good marks. You're from unreserved category or reserved?
Sir, I'm from the scheduled caste.
Scheduled caste.
Yes.
So you have good chances, Milind. Okay, sorry, Saurav. I want you to work on the static revision. When is your interview?
Sir, 21 July.
You have lots of time. Lots of time.
Right.
Please brush up. Do not waste this attempt. Okay, I can see that you have been a civil service aspirant, but CAPF is a very prestigious service. Okay, go for it and go for it hard.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, all the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.